This is Chris with AEW. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris with AEW, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and I'll be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my AEW Dynamite May 25th, 2022 reviews. So here we go, discussing about tonight's AEW Dynamite. Now, this is the third anniversary of AEW, so yeah, 3 years for AEW for the company and all that. That's great. Hopefully for more years to come, for sure. But first thing I want to talk about now, before I talk about the match that happened, the steel cage match. Now this actually happened after the match, but I want to go ahead and talk about it anyways. But they did talk about it after the match. So yeah, Jim Ross and the commentators was talking about the shooting down there in Texas, the school shooting. Everybody probably should know about it, how it was sad and all that. But yeah, they was talking about it. Of course, Jim Ross said it needs to stop, and it absolutely does. But yeah, just sad things. My prayers and condolences go out to the families and all that. So yeah, that's what he said. It was great to see AEW actually mention that actually. So yeah, that was pretty great that they mentioned it at least on the broadcast. So yeah, but yeah, now we're going to go ahead and talk about Dynamite. The first match of the night, it was Wardlow versus Shawn Spears, 1-on-1 in a steel cage match, and MJF was the special guest referee. Now, for this match, Wardlow came down. He's still handcuffed and all that. MJF, the clothes that he's wearing, he got the referee shirt, and then he got like shorts or whatever that Shawn Michaels wore, like as his referee, it looks like. So yeah, it was pretty funny. But yeah, Wardlow comes down with handcuffs. MJF and Shawn Spears obviously started beating him down and all that while he's in handcuffs. So yeah, he was in handcuffs for half of the match, for like majority of the match. And, Wardlow looks at MJF, he goes like, take these handcuffs off of me. And then MJF, instead of doing that, he spits in his face. Wardlow then breaks the handcuffs. So yeah, he rips the handcuffs off. And then, he can't put his hands on MJF or it'll lead to disqualification. So it will lead to disqualification if you put your hands on MJF. But you can use any other weapon, even the steel cage, and it won't be disqualification. Alright, whatever. So that's one thing that was weird. Didn't understand it, but whatever. Well, I guess you could go like, MJF said that, you can't put your hands on him during the match or you ain't going to get the match, so whatever. But yeah, MJF spit in his face, and then at one point, Wardlow was going to hit the power bomb onto Shawn Spears, and then MJF quickly hits a low blow onto him, and then Shawn Spears picked him up, hits a C4 onto him, pins him, and MJF was trying to do like a quick pin 1-2, and then Wardlow kicks out a 2, so he quickly counted, but he's still kicked out. Shawn Spears gets out of the ring, grabs a steel chair, comes back in, and MJF was holding Wardlow, and Shawn Spears was about to hit Wardlow, but Wardlow moves out the way, and MJF straight up got hit in the head with the steel chair. So it looked like he didn't block it at all. He got whacked right upside the head with the steel chair. So yeah. But then Wardlow got back up, started hitting the power bombs onto Shawn Spears, like multiple of them, and then hits another power bomb onto him, but this time on the steel chair. A referee comes through the back, coming into the ring. Wardlow pins him, 1, 2, 3. It was all over there. So yeah, Wardlow defeated Shawn Spears tonight in the steel cage. That's what happened. It was an okay match. And then after the match ended, Wardlow then goes to MJF, about to powerbomb him. And then a bunch of security guards comes running down, getting into the ring, stopping them. So yeah, MJF quickly got out the ring, and then all the security guards started getting dropped one by one. And then Wardlow grabbed another security guard and powerbombed him into the steel cage. And there's this like gap between the steel cage and the ring, and yeah, the security guard disappeared. He disappeared for good. But yeah, he went down there like right there, like in between the steel cage and the ring. So yeah. But yeah, pretty good stuff. The match and all that stuff. So yeah, for the match, I'll give it 2 stars. That's what I'll give it. it was a pretty good. It was okay. It was entertaining for the most part, for damn sure, with MJF and all that. So yeah, pretty good stuff. But yeah, so far it's been an okay start of Dynamite. Up next, Hangman Adam Page and CM Punk will go face to face before the match this Sunday. I think it's this Sunday at Double or Nothing. So yeah, that will be happening up next actually. So yeah, pretty good match. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing to happen on AEW Dynamite now, before I talk about the face-to-face segment with Adam Page and CM Punk, we gotta talk about what backstage. And we've seen Chris Jericho and the rest of the Jericho Appreciation Society walking backstage with them, and then all of a sudden they spot this guy, working or whatever, and they go up and goes like, "Oh, you're wearing a John Moxley shirt and all that." Well, you mean tell you what we do to guys that wears a John Moxley shirt, and then Chris Jericho had a fireball aim, hit the guy in the face with the fireball, and then he goes like, "That's why they call me the Wizard," and then walks away. So yeah, calling himself the Wizard and stuff. So yeah, pretty funny stuff. But then after that, we get to the face-to-face segment. So yeah, CM Punk, Tony Schiavone was out there, and he introduces CM Punk and Hangman Adam Page. Both of them come down doing the segment because their matches this Sunday at Double or Nothing, which I'll be reviewing as well. So yeah, look out for that. But yeah, it was an okay segment. Adam Page probably, yeah, it was kind of a little bit too long when he was cutting this promo. Like, he was cutting a pretty good promo, but it was pretty long. But yeah, CM Punk gets on the mic first, and he was talking about, looking at Adam Page, talking about, why are you so angry and stuff? You don't gotta take nothing personal. All I want to do is just take away the world title from me. And then Adam Page, he's cutting this long promo or whatever on Punk, talking about how he wants to beat him up right now, but he won't, and all that. Not because he's scared to get fired or anything, just because he's going to save it for this Sunday at Double or Nothing. And he was talking about how he didn't respect Punk and all that, how he did not respect them for the stuff that he did for AEW when he came back to professional wrestling and all that. So yeah, that's what Adam Page was talking about. And, he was talking a lot of junk and talking about how he's going to retain the world title. And then Punk grabs the mic and he goes like I say, you don't got to be all angry. You don't got to take it personal or anything. And starts smiling at Adam Page. And then Adam Page gets face-to-face with him. Punk pushes him. And then Adam Page drops Punk, laying him down. And then Page is walking away, and CM Punk has a big-ass smile on his face. So, yeah, that's what happened there. It was a pretty good segment between the two. But, yeah, the match will be happening this Sunday at Double or Nothing. That's what happened there. But, yeah, up next we'll be seeing a tag team match, actually. It'll be the Private Party versus Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston up next on Dynamite. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing to happen on AEW Dynamite now was a tag team match. It was Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston versus Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy, Private Party, in a tag team match. Now, William Regal was on commentary for this match. Now Bryan Danielson, Wheeler Yuta, and Santana and Ortiz was not at ringside for this match. And the Jericho Appreciation Society came out as well. They told the fans to stop singing their song when they came out, and then they went straight to the commentary booth. So yeah, they was on commentary with William Regal and all them. So yeah, that's what was going on. It was an okay match. At the ending of this match, it looked like Private Party was going to hit their tag team move with the silly string onto Jon Moxley, but Moxley catches Isaiah Cassidy while doing it and throws him back down. He lands on his feet. He hits a vicious clothesline onto Isaiah Cassidy, turning him inside out. And then Mark Quinn was trying to get into the ring, and then Mark Quinn gets hit with a back fist by Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston locks on this like dragon sleeper hold onto Mark Quinn, making him tap out, but it didn't matter because Jon Moxley and Isaiah Cassidy was a legal win. Moxley was laying Cassidy out with the elbows to the face, and then he lifts him up, hits the paradigm shift, and then pins him for the 3 count. So, yeah, Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston defeated a Private Party tonight in a tag team match. That's what happened. I'll give that match 1.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was an okay match, though. And then after the match ended, the Jericho British, the JAS, was trying to run down to attack him, and then Moxley got out anyway, starts brawling with them, and of course, Bryan Danielson and Santana and Ortiz comes down. They start all of them starts brawling with JAS, brawling with them and everything. And at one point Jericho went after Danielson's knee, laying him out kind of, and then escapes. So yeah, that's what happened there. It was pretty good stuff that happened. So yeah, pretty good stuff. So yep, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a tag team match for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. It was the ROH Tag Team Champions, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, FTR, versus Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero, Roppongi Vice, tonight in a tag team match for the ROH tag team titles. Now, it was a pretty good match between the two teams. Like at the ending, Roppongi Vice was going to win this match because they hit their tag team finish move, Strong Zero, onto Dax, and then they was pinning him, and then Cash barely breaking up the pin at the count of 2 when he pushed Rocky Romero onto Trent Beretta to break up the pin and all that. He almost won, but then while they was going at it inside the ring, all of a sudden, Jeff Cobb and Great Okan actually came down and started attacking FTR and Roppongi Vice, laying them out. So yeah, Jeff Cobb, he's already been in AEW already one time when he was like the hitman for Jon Moxley a few years ago with the Jon Moxley and Chris Jericho feud. If you guys remember, him coming in and being the hitman on to Jon Moxley. That's what he. So yeah, this is his second time coming back to AEW. So yeah, it's been a while since he's been there. I think this is Gray O'Connor's debut on Dynamite, actually. So yeah, but yeah, they came down, beating up FTR and Roppongi Vice. They hit their. At one point, they actually botched a move, which was pretty funny. Where Jeff Cobb actually lifted up Dax, I think, on his shoulders, and it looked like he was going to hit like a Samoan drop onto him, and Great O'Connor comes up with like an RKO, but it was like a fail. It was a complete fail, but it kind of saved it, I guess. And then Jeff Cobb powerbombed Dax Harwood through a table, and then we seen Great O'Connor actually grabbing Trent Beretta. He was on the ring apron and pretty much hit like a claw, like pretty much a choke slam onto Trent Beretta off the apron through a table, laying them out. So yeah, that's what happened there. It looks like we're going to be seeing that New Japan versus AEW going on. So yeah, that's what happened there. It was okay stuff, but yeah, the match ended, I think it ended like a disqualification or no contest, so yeah, that's what happened there. So yeah, with the match and all that, I'll give it 2.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a pretty good match between those two teams, though. So yeah, up next we're going to be seeing Ricky Starks versus Jungle Boy versus Swerve Strickland up next in a triple threat match on Dynamite. So yeah, that match will be happening up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Dynamite. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a triple threat match. But before I talk about that triple threat match, the Hardys was backstage sending a message to the Young Bucks talking about how they're going to beat them this Sunday at Double or Nothing. So we get to the triple threat match. It was the FTW champion Ricky Starks versus Jungle Boy versus... who was the goddamn third one? Hold up. It's going to take me a second. Who was the third one? Oh, yes, Swerve Strickland. I forgot. But yeah, it was those three in the triple threat match. And, the match was going on. Everybody else was not at ringside. They was all backstage. But yeah, during this, we seen Jungle Boy locking on the STF onto Ricky Starks. And then Swerve comes in there kicking Jungle Boy in the face, knocking him off of him. And then he climbed up the top turnbuckle, hitting a double foot stomp onto Ricky Starks, pinning him for the 3 count. So yeah, Swerve Strickland defeated Ricky Starks and Jungle Boy in the triple threat match. But then after the match ended, Will Hobbs came down to the ring, starts attacking him, and then Luchasaurus comes down helping Jungle Boy, and then Keith Lee comes down taking out Will Hobbs and Luchasaurus, and then jumps over the top rope with a corkscrew crossbody onto Luchasaurus and Will Hobbs, laying both of them out. And yeah, Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland standing tall tonight on Dynamite. That's what happened. I'll give that match 2.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good match though. But yeah, that's what happened there. And then after the match ended, we seen Thunder Rosa come out talking about how she's going to beat Serena Deeb this Sunday at Double or Nothing and retain the women's championship. Talking about like the face that she's seeing right now, she ain't going to see that same face. She's going to be seeing the Warrior face and all that this Sunday at Double or Nothing. So yeah, that's what happened there. But yep, that's what happened. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Dynamite. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a one-on-one match. It was Britt Baker versus Toni Storm one-on-one in the semifinals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Now, winner of this match advances to the finals of the tournament. So yeah, it was a pretty good match between the two. Actually, before I talk about this match, gotta talk about Red Velvet, actually. So yeah, Red Velvet was backstage getting interviewed and all that. And then Ruby Soho comes up, and Red Velvet was trying pretty much. She was mad about like Chris Statlander beating her on Rampage to qualify, advancing in the tournament. And she gave Ruby Soho like a notepad to pretty much to have some notes going forward into her match against Chris Statlander on Rampage. So yeah, that's what she did. And she says she don't need it and she'll keep it in mind or whatever. So yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, we get to the match. It was an okay match between Britt Baker and Toni Storm. Now, Jamie Hayter came down the ringside at one point, distracting Toni Storm. Toni Storm knocked her off the ring apron. And then Britt Baker actually was going to hit Toni Storm with a move or whatever, but Toni Storm tried to hit her with the power driver, tried to hit her with Storm Zero, but then Britt Baker reverses it by throwing her over her, and then Toni Storm was trying to roll her up for the pin, but Britt Baker sat on her, pinning her for the 3 count while she was holding on to the ropes, and the referee didn't see it, and Britt Baker won the match. So yeah, Britt Baker defeated Toni Storm tonight in a one-on-one match, and she advances to the finals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. That's what happened. It was an okay match. I'll give that match 1.5 stars. But up next, we're going to be seeing the main event. It will be Samoa Joe versus Kyle O'Reilly in the semifinals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Dynamite, it was the one-on-one match. It was the main event for tonight's AEW Dynamite. It was Samoa Joe versus Kyle O'Reilly one-on-one in the semifinals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. It was a pretty good match. Kyle O'Reilly was going after the arm majority of the time. The arm that Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh attacked last week on Dynamite. So he was going after that arm majority of the time, locking on some submissions and stuff. And it was a hard-hitting match between these two guys. At the ending of this match, though, Samoa Joe locked on the Cookie to Clutch onto Kyle O'Reilly, making him tap out. So yeah, Samoa Joe defeated Kyle O'Reilly in the semifinals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, and he advances to the finals. And he will be taking on Adam Cole, which will be happening this Sunday at Double or Nothing. So yeah, it will be Adam Cole versus Samoa Joe in the finals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. That's what's going to be happening. That will be this Sunday at Double or Nothing. But then after the match ended, we see Adam Cole came out and just having to stare down with Samoa Joe. So yeah, that's what happened. Pretty good match between Joe and O'Reilly. I'll give that match I'll give it 3 stars. That's why I'll give it a pretty good match. That was match of the night. But yeah, some of the matches, it was okay at best. And then some of them was pretty good. Like the steel cage match from earlier was entertaining as hell with Wardlow and Shawn Spears. Britt Baker versus Tony Storm was okay. FTR versus Roppongi Vice was pretty good and stuff. And the triple threat match from earlier was pretty good as well. And that tag team match with Private Party and Eddie Kingston and John Moxley was okay as well. But the segment with CM Punk at Adam Page, it was a pretty good segment, but pretty much the promos was a little bit too long from Adam Page. But yeah, other than that, it was pretty good stuff. But yeah, for tonight's AEW Dynamite, I'll give it 6.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. Actually, I'll give it 7 stars. So yeah, 7 stars. That's why I'll give it. This is the go home show for Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing will be airing this Sunday. So yeah, I'll be talking about that this Sunday. But yeah, this has been my AEW Dynamite May 25th, 2022 reviews. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube. And subscribe to this channel, Chris Medales, and subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and I'll be down there in the description box. And I will see you guys later for this Friday Night SmackDown AEW Rampage reviews. See you guys later. Until then.